Thank you for joining me for Storytime with Tanya for part 2 of An Unseen Threat. I can't believe this stroke of luck. Stuck in an elevator with the object of my obsession. Rachel Jones, every day, all day. I envision her face, even in sleep. She haunts me, and now she's sitting across from me. All I'd have to do is reach out and touch her, but I know it's too soon. The things I've imagined doing those stay locked in my mind. She doesn't know it yet, but she will be mine. It's been 3 months since I first saw her. She walked right past me that Saturday, my mop and broom in hand, invisible as ever, just another piece of the furniture. It's funny, really, how people like me can move through the world unseen. A cap pulled low, a uniform stained with bleach. It's kind of a cloak. One that lets me study people like her, mimic them, become them. I smelled her perfume before I even saw her. Sweet, floral, hypnotic. Then she appeared, her figure cutting through the lobby like she owned the place. She gave me a half smile. That was all it took. I knew right then no one else would have her ever. Unseen, I followed her toward the rental office and listened carefully. That's how I learned her name, Rachel Jones. When she declined the unit and mentioned Mason 78 as her next stop, I felt electrified. I faked sick and slipped out early just to catch her again. And I did. Speaking with the doorman, arranging movers. Jackpot. I waited for 3 weeks. I watched from a distance, patient. When she returned from her morning run, I knew the rhythm of her body by heart. I memorized the bounce in her stride, the way she ordered her coffee, her expressions in passing conversations, and now we're trapped here together. I keep my excitement buried, smoothed over with charm and practiced ease. The old Alan, the one from the academy, would have shown his cards too soon, but not this Alan. This version knows patience, knows how to play the long game, knows how not to end up with another Naomi. Naomi, who disappeared and left me with this scar. I clenched my jaw and returned my attention to Rachel. She's sitting cross-legged on the floor, arms folded, face drawn in frustration. So, Ray, I say casually, letting the nickname land. Talk to me about this influencer thing. Seems like it's working out for you. She glances over at me, eyebrows raised. Then her expression softens. Honestly, never thought it would become my full-time gig. I was working at the rainforest before I moved back in with my parents. It was a rough time. But if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't be here. Funny how life works. I nod like I understand. Yeah, I get that. My youngest sister, Sam, she watches your videos. Got me hooked. Now that's a lie. I don't have a sister named Sam, but it's a good touch. relatable, non-threatening. I had to start over too, I continue. Used to be with Merrill Chase Investments, left to start my own business, and it was brutal. But things are finally picking up. Another lie, but it sounds believable. Especially with the expensive suit I'm wearing. It cost me more than I make in a month. And it was worth it to sell this fantasy. Meeting with Miss Franklin this morning was real important, I add. Hopefully she won't hold this delay against me. Mrs. Franklin, a name I overheard months ago. She's out of the country, so she can't confirm or deny the appointment. It's the perfect cover. I realize Rachel's watching me expectantly. Shit, she must have asked me a question. Sorry, I smile. Mind running that by me again? She laughs. Are you from around here, Slick? Slick? I don't know if she's teasing me or mocking me, but I keep the grin on my face. Not exactly. Forest Hills, but I'm originally from Long Island. Ah, so you're an OG New Yorker, she smiles. This city's so different from my hometown. I love it, but the pace is insane. It is, I agree. It'll eat you alive if you're not strong enough. I study her face as she nods. Then the lights flicker. The emergency lights turn off and the main power returns. We're still not moving, but we will be soon. I lean forward, voice softening. You ever think maybe we were meant to meet? I mean, what are the odds? Two strangers stuck in an elevator. It feels like fate. She chuckles as I hand her a business card. Maybe so. She surprises me by asking for another and writes her number on the back and hands it over. My heart is thundering, but I don't let it show. I play it cool because I can't afford to mess this up. Not again. Naomi slipped away. Rachel won't. She asks about Miss Franklin again. If I can bounce back from missing the meeting. I give her a smooth response, brushing it off with a practiced charm. Then the elevator jolts. We both tense, but we're still seated. Bernard's voice filters through the cracked doors. Mrs. Johnson, we'll have you out soon, about another 30 minutes. That's all I have left. I think we're officially bonded, I say, smiling. Trauma bounded more like, she jokes. I laugh, then suggest Friday, mojitos. A place I know she likes, thanks to her Instagram stories. She agrees. Call me Thursday to confirm. I know it's early to say, but I'm looking forward to it. The elevator starts moving. Our time is up. When the doors open, a fireman is waiting. The lobby buzzes with activity. See you Friday? I ask. She nods. All right, Slick, but this time I'm taking the stairs. She disappears into the crowd. I spot Bernard heading toward her. Time to go. I slip out the front door and onto the street. There's no turning back now. I don't know how I'll explain the suit or my lateness to work, but maybe I'll say I had an interview. Maybe they'll even consider me for that promotion. Maybe they'll finally see me. But more importantly, Rachel has. Thank you for joining me for part 2. of an unseen threat. Stay tuned for next week for part 3.